Good morning, ladies. Well, today was the day I went in for my IUI, and I didn't seem too excited when I went because I'm still having those concerns that I spoke about in my last video. My doctor and the nurse who did the IUI was trying to give me hope by letting me know that one of the concerns was the size of the egg, and they told me that the reason why the egg was that size because it was ready to ovulate on its own. Based on my test results, the blood test that they did, it showed that I was getting ready to ovulate on my own, but they wanted to control that ovulation by having me to do the injection, which was the trigger shot. So that kind of put me at ease. However, we still talking about the fact that that one follicle was on the right side. Now, the good thing is my doctor told me that just because I ovulate on the right side does not necessarily mean that the egg would travel through the right tube. Now, the egg usually do try to go to the nearest tube, but because it kind of floats around in the ovum, they stated that it is well possible that the egg can make its way through the left tube. So that is what I am really praying for, that the egg made its way through the left tube so that I can have some hope of conceiving, because I don't believe it's going to make it through the right tube unless there are some changes since the hysterosalpingogram. I mean, honestly, I have no reason why I will have a blocked tube to begin with, because I never had issues over the years. And my acupuncture doctor told me that it's possible that at the time that I had the hysterosalpingogram, that my tubes could have been swollen, and that was probably why the dye went through it and didn't spill. It doesn't necessarily mean there's a blockage. I mean, they really don't know if there's an actual blockage unless they actually went into the uterus and took a look at the tubes. But so hopefully, you know, the hysterosalpingogram wasn't right if it does end up heading towards the right tube. So that gave me a little hope. I left there, you know, feeling much better than I felt when I first got there. When I first got there, I was still a little awkward, came this close to canceling it because I just didn't want to waste the specimen that I had to pay for and then have to start it all over again and have to pay for it again, because they're not cheap at all. So I am really praying that this does work out for me, especially financial wise. Also, I was told that I cannot do a pregnancy test on my own because the trigger shots contains the HCG, which can give me an inaccurate result. I have no clue how they expect me to get through these 2 weeks without testing. That is probably not going to happen. I can probably make it through the first week, but after the first week, you best believe I'm going to be on top of those dollar store or them 88-cent Walmart pregnancy tests testing every day. Now, one thing I learned through online research is that if it is an actual positive pregnancy, that the lines should get darker by the day. You know, if you're not pregnant, the lines should not get darker and darker, and that's one of the things that I'm going to be looking for. But I'm not scheduled to return for my beta test until 2 weeks from now, which is on September the 6th. And that just seemed like forever from now, even though it's only 2 weeks. So I am just really hoping that this worked out. Either the egg found its way through the left tube, or the right tube wasn't as bad as the doctors thought, and that it was able to get its way through the right tube, because they did feel that I had a very good size follicle, and I guess time will tell. So tomorrow I start the progesterone insert suppositories, and from what I've been researching on that, those are not a really good pill to take. Basically, it comes with all type of side effects. The nurse, when she was explaining to me about my medication, she did say that was like the worstest part of going through this process. So there's all type of side effects I've been reading. I'm hoping that I can get through this, because I have to take this 3 times a day versus some people who only have to take it once a day. And I have a full-time job, so I just hope that it does not affect me at work, like people are posting about. So, but at the same token, I hope it serves its purpose. You know, as with everything that I've been doing, I hope that they all serve its purpose. I did go to acupuncture first thing this morning before I even went for my insemination, so that can possibly help. It's funny though, because I'm usually feeling cramping every month on my left side. I don't never really feel no cramping on the right side, but this time I'm actually feeling the cramping on both sides. So that's kind of strange, especially considering that the left side didn't even really have any matured follicles. The largest that they found in the left side when they did the ultrasound yesterday, 2 days ago, was a 14, and that's way small. So I know that there is chances that you can ovulate from both sides, but typically when you have a follicle as big as mine was, the size 26, it stops the other follicles from growing. So I don't really think that anything that's worth using grew on the left side. So I'm not really sure why I'm having the cramping on the left side. Maybe it's because I'm a little, intense about the whole situation. The fact that everything turned out to be on the right side. Maybe it's something that's just like in my head. I don't know, but it's funny because I actually do feel the actual cramp that I feel every month on that side. And I do feel a little bit of cramping on the right side, which is, unusual for me, because I don't ever feel cramping on the right side. So I'm just praying that this works out. I'm praying to bring you guys some good news. For the time being, I guess I'll just keep you updated if I start to feel any changes within my body, or if I start taking the pregnancy tests and I start seeing faint lines that are increasing. I'll keep you guys updated. Trust me, you guys will be the first to know before anybody, and it's gonna stay that way until I'm out of the clear of any type of miscarriage, God forbid. So please pray for me. Pray, and hope that things went well today, okay? And I'll talk to you guys once again. Thanks for following me. Bye.